The first JLPT in 2024 is finally over. It was the first time for me to take the N1 level, and in this video I will share my results from my impressions and feelings. Overall, the test was hard for many reasons. Those who watched my previous videos know that I got around 130 to 140 for the last 5 practice tests, which is much higher than the passing score. But for the real test, I am even not sure that I made it to get 100, which is the passing threshold. And now I will explain why. First, vocabulary and grammar section. I made extremely stupid mistakes in the first task that I usually make almost perfectly. In the rest of the vocabulary tasks, there were many words that I didn't remember or even saw for the first time, so it was quite challenging objectively. Grammar tasks were weird. It was not N1 level at all, and you may think that it made it easy, but actually, in contrast, it made it much worse. Because when you prepared for N1 level, you expect to get N1 questions and give N1 answers. So I just didn't believe that the correct answer may be that easy and selected the difficult answer, but it was incorrect. Still, I completed the grammar part quite well. I think about 80% of questions I answered correctly. So for the first section that includes vocabulary and grammar, I expect to receive something about 50 to 55%. Second, the reading section, and here it's not just myself I can blame for the imperfect result. As you know, I spent quite a lot of time finding the best timing for solving the exam, and especially the reading section. I knew exactly how much time I need and can spend on each text and each question within each text. But when you suddenly see an additional mid-sized text in the task sheet, well, I was quite mad, to be honest. It is incomparably easier to answer one more question for each text than to read a whole new text, so it took much additional time for me. As a result, I had to solve all tasks starting from the last mid-sized text faster than I usually do. It most likely resulted in many mistakes in the reading section, and it's so damn sad because I spent so much time on the reading practice and solved the last practice text with more than an 80% rate of correct answers. For this exam, for the real exam, I expect to have about just 45 to 55 of the score for the reading section, depending on how they will assign weights to each task. Finally, the listening section, the one I was doing the best during the practice tests. Well, I think this time it will be my best section again, but it will definitely not be the perfect one. I couldn't start really well after the frustrating first part of the exam, so my first task was probably the worst. Fortunately, by the start of the second task, I finally managed to relax and focus. Most of the answers in tasks 2, 3 and 4 seemed understandable to me, and I'm 100% sure that I guessed the questions in task 5 correctly. So I expect 45 or more out of 60 for the listening section. Overall, I'm not satisfied with how I did on the exam this time, and as you can see from my estimated scores, there is even a risk that I will not pass. I hope that I will though, because I don't want to prepare for the JLPT once again. Actually, I just can't, I don't have any more time, because now I need to focus on job hunting activities, including the preparation for the Timecodes, for interviews and much more. By the way, from now on, I'm planning to make videos about my job hunting preparation and even more videos about my specialization, which is the cities of Japan. I'm still deciding whether to make them in English or Japanese, so you can vote in the comments below this video. If you are looking forward to videos on this content, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like this video if it was interesting. And I will see you in the next videos.